This is Goni Kachalari, a site in Maiduguri where around 340 families are living. All have fled their villages and are doing their best to survive.
Boko Haram forced us to flee Mafa. When they entered the town, they set fire to everything, so we had to escape.
We came on foot to Maiduguri. Before we fled, they harassed us. They stole our money and motorcycles. First the men fled and then the women. Everything we left behind is lost.
Like this woman, most of the displaced arrive with absolutely nothing, and the price of the most basic food supplies in the town have skyrocketed. Unsafe roads are jeopardizing trade with neighboring countries. Local farmers too are affected by the violence.
They are already, all of them are already inside Maiduguri, so you will not able to go to farm because of this insecurity. You will only buy the rice outside the state.
Begging, selling wood, and when they don't have enough money, the only way people can eat is to wait for the woefully inadequate food aid distributions.
We only get food once a month, and even then, we only get given 3 plates of food. And those 3 plates of food are finished within a week.
Most of the displaced are living among the local community, rather than in camps. And they get no aid at all.
So there's an estimated 1.4 million IDPs in Maiduguri. About 150,000 of them live in IDP camps. So we're talking about over 1 million people that are internally displaced living in Maiduguri, that are either living in makeshift settlements, living inside the host community, living wherever they can. So those are the people that are really the hardest to target because they are not, they're not visible.
So MSF has begun distributing food in camps in Maiduguri like Faria.
We're doing here in Faria camp, we're doing a targeted food distribution. So that is 25 kilograms of millet, 5 kilograms of beans, 5 liters of oil, and that goes out to all of the families that have children under 5 years of age. And so that's basically the most vulnerable population in the camp gets an extra ration of food to support them through the month.
Since MSF teams started providing assistance in Borno State, they have witnessed alarming levels of malnutrition. Children under the age of 5 years are the most vulnerable and therefore the worst affected. But more unusually, older children, adolescents even, are affected too and are being treated in therapeutic feeding centres. When the conflict broke out in 2013, Elizabeth, like thousands of other people, sought refuge in the protection of civilians site in Malakal. While violence raged outside, civilians hoped they'd be better protected inside the camp.
When you go passing the gate of POC, you will know that there is a risk. Maybe you will die there, maybe you will be raped, maybe you will be beaten. But you just go like that. When you come back and again open the gate of POC, you will say, like when you say in Arabic, Alhamdulillah, you will thank the God.
But in February 2016, UN forces failed to prevent a brutal attack inside the camp. Dozens of people were killed and over 100 others were injured. With nowhere to go, many of the displaced have no choice other than to stay in the camp.
The first thing which is making sad is because of those children, because they don't have the school, which mean that we don't have the future. Who will be the doctor, who will be the teacher, who will do everything for future.
Elizabeth works as head nurse at the MSF hospital in the camp. She spends the rest of her time in this shelter where she lives with her brothers and their children, a total of 13 people. Some of them have to sleep on the ground.
This is the sorghum which they use to the service.
For food, every month they are given a sack of sorghum which they share and make last the 4 weeks.